Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this Qigong practice, this morning Qigong practice. And we'll take a little time to enter into our sacred space, our inner sacred space, our inner temple. So begin to feel the bottoms of your feet touching the earth. Feeling your sit bones touching your chair. Support your back with something comfortable so you can sit upright. We entered this mindfulness practice to check in with ourselves, to go inward, to take a little pause as we prepare for our day. So begin to notice the sounds that surround you, inside your room and outside your room. Just pinpoint what you hear. For instance, I hear my air conditioner going on. I hear someone talking. I hear the birds singing. And without getting stuck on a story of any sort, just pinpoint what you hear. And then ask yourself a couple of questions. We'll start to ask, how do you physically feel? Do you feel comfortable or do you feel discomfort in your physical body? Again, without getting stuck on the story, just pinpoint where you feel comfortable, where you don't feel comfortable. And then we come into the emotional body. What did you come in with your emotionality? Again, without getting stuck on the story, just pinpoint maybe how you feel emotionally. And then we come into our breath body. And before we do that, let's just take all the focus to our nostrils. And as you inhale, notice what you smell. And then we'll begin to mindfully come into our breathing. And we're going to work on that. The breath is more than just the breath. When we mindfully breathe, it's one of the most spiritual practices that we can do. Because the breath is our interconnection to all of life, all of form. Especially, we can look at the breath with the relationship to the trees and the plants. The carbon dioxide we exhale as a waste product becomes the life-giving force for a plant. And in turn, the oxygen waste of a plant gives us life. So it's this interdependency with nature and with ourselves, which basically is we are all part of nature. So the breathing in itself becomes this practice of taking in life force, letting it process and permeate through our system. And then as we exhale, that carbon dioxide, that waste, becomes the life force for the trees and the plants. So this becomes a deep interconnection to source, to all that surrounds us, the energy and the connectedness, this web that we are all in together. So as we take in our breath, our deep breath in through the nostrils, taking in this rich oxygen that we receive from nature, let it permeate in our system, bringing repair to our cells. And then we process that oxygen coming in, receiving. And then we let go out slowly through the mouth, this carbon dioxide, the waste material that is recycled into the plant life, into the earth. So we inhale, we receive this life force that we're getting from nature. We let that process through our system, and then we gently let it go, let it recycle the carbon dioxide, which becomes the life force for other matter. So when you inhale this beautiful life force that we receive from nature, processing it, and then we let go. We empty out. We empty the waste, but is recycled for something very powerful for life. So this whole process of breathing becomes our meditation. We inhale, we process, and we exhale. And the cycle begins again. We inhale this life force, we receive, we process, and then we empty out, we let go, and we give back. So inhale this life force, let it process, and then let it go out back into nature and recycle. We could use it emotionally as we inhale, maybe joy, process that joy in our system, and then we exhale and we let go of what does not serve us and let it be regenerated into something positive. So we inhale this life force that's given to us from nature, we process it, and then we let it go and we give back. So we inhale, we receive, we process, and then we give. We inhale, receive, process, and then we let go and we give back. So stay with this idea of the breath as a mindfulness meditation practice. You know, say whatever resonates with you. I inhale this life force, I process, and I let go and I give back. Make it your own mindfulness practice. See what comes up for you. How does it feel with knowing this idea that we are interconnected with all energies and form and matter, and we need each other. So on your next inhalation, take in, receive, pause, and then let go. And continue with this mindfulness practice of breathing. And then we could begin to come back, prepare for our day, set an intention for your day. You know, what would you like to receive? What would you like to bring into your day? This morning, I invite into my life and see what comes up for you. Ask and you shall receive. Set that intention. With your body and your mind wide open to this interconnectedness, receive what you need. And then rubbing your hands together as you create a little warmth and energy between your palms, take those energized palms and place them on your closed eyelids as you soothe your eyes before you open them into the world and take in. Just give them a little soothing. And then open the eyes slowly, moving the palms away as we transition back into this moment. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about this particular picture. I've been working with the lotus as a symbolism. And this is the hand mudra for the mudra lotus mudra, where the pinky and the thumbs touch each other and the fingers are wide open like a lotus. And the lotus grows in mud. It needs a certain type of soil to grow. It needs a muddy, moist soil. And that mud part, the symbolism of that lotus, is about the muddiness of her life, the disappointments in her life, maybe hardships in her life that we all feel at some point. And also the rich soil of that is also represents the richness of her life. And then these two begin to climb up the stem of the lotus flower, and the stem represents our life, our journey, that muddiness, that wonderfulness as well. And it stem runs into the flower, and the sun opens the flower. It opens the bloom of the lotus, which symbolizes our enlightenment in our life. Enlightenment is different for everyone, but we've all had enlightenment happen to us. It's called the growth of ourselves. So, the next time you see a lotus or have a picture of a lotus, it's that symbolism of the growth of ourselves, the bloom of our internal light. And if we can sit and contemplate, several times during the day, you take in this energy all around you, the symbolism all around you, and then just simply breathe, inhale and exhale, this pulsating of our breath, the pulsating of her body, the pulsation of the planet, of the interconnectedness that I just talked about. That becomes a beautiful meditation and a wonderful way to add, to revere, to feel gratitude for all of it, the mud, the soil, the richness, and the bloom.